What's up, wonderful people? So in today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how I made this beautiful skirt with a brown paper. Isn't it amazing? So if this is what you're interested in, keep watching. And the most interesting thing is, this skirt is very classic and you can wear it with different top of your choice, right? And you can't only use Ankara material for this skirt. You can use Lakara, scuba materials, all these stretchy materials, and you are good to go, right? So imagine making your own ready to wear skirt. Just keep watching and let me show you. Hello people, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Igwe Chedema. Igwe Chedema. Don't mind me. Alright guys, if this is your first time seeing my channel, you are very welcome. To my returning subscribers, I love you so much. Mwah. Thank you for always coming back. Okay, without further ado, you know what we have for today, so let's dive back into it. Alright guys, to start, here are the measurements that I'll be needing for this skirt. Then the waist I'm working with is 28 inches. So the waist circumference I'm working with 28, the hip is 40, and then the full length of the skirt is 25 inches. Okay, so let's get started. So here now, I'm going to take the full length measurement of my skirt, and the full length I'm working with is 25 inches. So here, if you look at my tape, you'll see 25.5, 25 and a half, and that is just perfect. So normally, if this were to be a normal material, that half inches is supposed to be there, and that will serve as our folding allowance down there. So here up here now, I'm taking away 2 inches. These 2 inches I'm taking away will serve as my band for the skirt. That means I'm going to cut 2 inches of material to add to this place later on, which is the band. Okay, so from these 2 inches now, come down by 8. So this 8 now, this point we are marking 8 will serve as our hip point, where we will take, where I'm going to take my hip measurement from. Okay, so now to take my waist measurement, the waist I'm working with is 28, as you saw earlier. So 28 divided by 4 will give us 7. That is what I just marked now. So next is my hip, and the hip I'm working with is 40 inches. So 40 divided by 4 will give us 10, and that is what I'm taking right now. And for this down part, remember it's a pencil skirt, like a straight cut pencil skirt. So what I'll be doing down here is to take away 2 inches, sorry, from my hip. That is, I'll be having 8 inches down. That is to give it a very nice look there, like the pencil look, pencil skirt kind of look. I don't know. Okay, so I'm done now. So like whatever you have from your hip part, just take away 2 inches. That will give us the down part. That's what I'm trying to explain. So now I'm connecting all the points that I've made. And if you can notice, I didn't put any allowance because it's not really necessary. This is just a paper. Normally, if it was a normal cloth that we're making, normal material, you're cutting you're cutting your skirt, you're supposed to put 2 inches allowance for your sewing allowance and all. Okay, but here I didn't put any allowance because it's not really necessary. But if I'm to use this pattern now to draft a skirt, that means I'll be adding the inches on my skirt, okay? So I have folded this back one. I'm going to use this to cut the back part. So as I've folded this, I'll bring this front one to put here. So normally, if this was like a normal material, I should be leaving like 2 inches here. something of 2 inches for zipper allowance, and this is just perfect. You see, 2 inches, but it's not a material, it's not a men's case, so I'm not putting any allowance for the zip, right? So I'm just going to cut just the same thing I have in the other side. I hope you understand. So I'm just going to cut exactly what I have in this front. Okay, so this is it. Okay, now moving over to the peplum. So we are going to fold these pieces into 2 times. This I'm going to be using to cut my peplum. Okay, so here now I've folded it twice. So if you look by the side, you will see a calculation. This is the calculation to cut the peplum, and I will explain. So the 28 here is my waist circumference. This is the waist circumference I'm working with. So it's going to be a 360-degree peplum. Okay, a full flare peplum. So that is what it is. A 360 degree. You know we have different peplum. They have 180, 360, 270, and so on. So 28 is the waist circumference I'm working with. So 28 divided by 3.14, that will give us 8.9 something something something. But I'm having 8.9 here, but fine, I'm going to still approximate. So instead of having 8.9, I'm having 9. I approximated it to be 9. So 9 divided by 2 will give us 4.5. So the full length of the peplum I'm working with is 6.5. So 6.5 plus 4.5 will give us 11. Okay, I hope I'm not too fast. So 28 divided by 3.14 will give us 8.9, but approximately is 9. So 9 inches divided by 2 will give us 4.5. So 4.5 plus 6.5. 6.5 is my full flare, this thing, peplum flare, the full length I'm working with. So 4.5 plus 6.5 will give us 11. So here now I'm marking 4.5. Okay, that's for the waist. All right, the waist now, the final measurement, I'll be the final number. What should I call it now? For the waist I'm working with is 4.5. All right, and then the length of the peplum now is 6.5. So as you can see, if I place my tape on that 4 inches, the 4.5 inches that I marked earlier, you will see 6.5. Okay, so you're going to see 6.5, but if I'm starting from the tip, that is the 11 that I calculated earlier. So if I'm starting from the tip is 11, but if I'm to place my tape at the exact 4 inches that I've marked, so you will be seeing 6.5. Do you get? Please leave a comment in the comment section if you understand. So I'll go ahead now and mark 6.5 all round. So either 6.5 or 11, whichever one, wherever I want to place my tape. That is just what I'm doing. The full length of the skirt is 6.5, and I'm going to mark it all round. Then I'll cut it out. So after cutting it out now, this is what I'm having here. So if I wanted to put a zip to this skirt, I would have cut off one side, like cut open one side, but I'm not going to do that. Normally also, even if you were putting a zip, sometimes some people don't open it as well, but some open. But I'm not opening this one now. I'll just attach it to the skirt like that. Okay. So I already turned it out, but then I thought let me show you how to turn it out. And remember I said you have to be very careful so you don't rip the paper. You know it's very delicate. So this is how I turn it out. I gently, as if I'm folding it inside. So I'm trying to turn it to the front now. Almost there, and I'm done. Later on I'm going to iron it for it to be very smooth. So look nice. Gently. So you can either use your machine or you use a needle and thread to sew it. But in this case, I use my machine. So be careful while turning it out. So I'm done. This is how it looks like a straight cut skirt. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to attach the peplum and then the band, and we'll be through. So guys, this is the skirt now. So what I want to do now is to put the band, and then we are through with our skirt. So how does it look? So let me put the band now, and that'll be it. So for the band, I'm going to measure around the waist, the round waist. Then I'll get the measurement for the band, right? So I'll place my tape like this to take my measurement. You see what I'm doing? So it's exactly 28. It's exactly 28. So let's go and cut the band. So the next thing I want to do is to cut my band, the band for the skirt. And I'm folding these pieces twice. I folded the first one and this is the second one. If you notice, you see that the first folding is very tiny. Yes, because I'll be taking 2 inches as the width and the full length is 28. But as I folded it like this now, I'm taking 14 inches. So that's what I just measured now, 14 inches, because it's 28 and 28 divided by 2 will give us 14. So when I open up this folding now, it will be complete 28. So 28 divided by 2 is 14 and I measured 14. So now the width is 2 inches, sorry. So 2 inches here, that is what I'm taking out. If you remember from the start, the 2 inches that we took away from the top of the skirt, I told us that we're going to replace it with a band. So this is the band now, 2 inches now we'll be using as the width of the band, and then the full length of the band, the length is 28 while the width is 2 inches. So right here now, we are done cutting the band. So I told us when you open it up, it's going to be exactly 28. So I'm going to measure it now. And as you can see, it's exactly 28. So 28 by 2 inches. 28 by 2, and that's all. So we're going to go ahead and attach it to our skirt, and our skirt is ready. So here is our final look, guys. What do you think? I think it's beautiful. Oh my gosh, I feel like wearing it already, but unfortunately, it can't size me because there is no zip and all. So, beginners in the house, this is exactly how you can make things simple, even without machine and money. You can make this from home.